Hi everybody, I'm sorry I had to come back. I had my camera rotated the wrong way. I didn't know it was going to do that. When I look at my camera, it's the wrong way. But anyways, I'll get started. I'm trying to also watch on the computer so that I can see any comments. So what I'm doing today is a seafood broil. I haven't really done this before, so I thought I'd just go live. I usually don't have a game plan before I start cooking. I just know what I want to eat, and then I'll get the ingredients and then just kind of play it by ear, so I don't write down any of my recipes. But I have lobster that I purchased from Whole Foods. I don't know if you can see that. And it is just wild caught lobster tail. They're 4-ounce tails. And so I'm just gonna open these up. I end up getting 6, and then I went back and got 3 more just so that we'll have leftovers. It's just me and then my 2 kids. And so I'm just gonna open these up and rinse them off. I was gonna actually food prep last night, but I thought maybe you guys would want to see it, so I didn't do that. I usually do a lot of prepping before I cook, so it's just easier for me to just kind of grab things. Now, I took these lobster out this morning, and so they are a little froze, so I'm going to rinse them off with some cold water. I've already, well, let me wash my hands. I know a lot of people don't like washing their hands in the kitchen sink. I do, because I don't prep inside my sink. I don't leave food in my sink to unthaw or prep. It's basically for dirty dishes and cleaning stuff off. So if you see me washing my hands in my sink, I don't actually leave food in my sink, so it's okay. But these are the lobster tails. Here, I'm going to rinse them off so you can kind of see. Get some hot water. And the ice is coming off pretty quick. So let me see if I can show you. Lobster tails. So they're just 4-ounce tails. And I'm just rinsing them off with warm water just to break them apart without actually breaking the tail. I'm just rinsing those off. Anybody have any questions? Don't bother to ask. No, I'm not a professional cook. I'm a home chef. I work for a bank. That's how I make a living. I just love cooking. My dad, he owns a restaurant in Minneapolis, Minnesota, or I think it's Columbia Heights. And so there's just cooks in our family. All of my aunts on my dad's side, they cook. I grew up watching my grandmother in the kitchen cooking. I grew up watching my sister cook. She was the oldest, so she had to cook for us. And so I just have a love for cooking. And I'm usually just always just taking photographs of food and short videos, but I thought since it's the new year, I'll do a little something different. So again, I've got these 4-ounce lobster tails, and I'm just rinsing them off with some warm water just to get them going. And so this live video may be a little bit long, only because I didn't prep beforehand, and I did not want to prep beforehand. So you can kind of see what I do. Now let me get a trash bag. I usually save these Whole Foods bags. When I go, I always get paper bags. No, I'm not a big recycler, but I usually get these, so when I'm cooking, I lay it on the floor, and I can throw stuff in without having to actually touch the trash can. So, got 2 bags for my trash, and I'll set them here on the floor. That way I don't have to keep doing that. I don't know if you call me a germaphobe, but I just have to keep washing my hands. I'm really not that deep, but we'll see. Anybody have any questions? Let's see. Hey everybody, hi Jennifer. Let's see, let me see what you're cooking. I got lobster tails, girl, lobster. The 4-inch tails I got from Whole Foods. They were actually on sale. I end up, let's see if you can see this. I don't know if you can see my lobster tails. I got, let's see, 2, 4, 6, I got 8 of them. They were on sale at Whole Foods for, I think they were 2 for $12, so I ended up with 8 of them. And then I also, from Whole Foods, I got shrimp. The kids really don't like shrimp that much, but it's not a seafood broil unless you have shrimp. So these are farm-raised, peeled and deveined white shrimp, and they're the 26 to 30 count. And I took this stuff out this morning. I thought it was going to be unthawed by then, but it's not, so they're still frozen. So I'm going to have to run these over hot water. The good thing about seafood is you can run it over warm water and it defrosts. You don't have a whole lot of time to wait to get it to defrost like you would regular meat, like let's say chicken or fish. So let me get a bowl I can put this in. I need one of those step stools. I'm not that tall. I'm just going to put them in a little plastic container with a little bit of water, just for a few minutes. Thaw those out. I guess my freezer just may be on a little high. Here's the dishwasher and the sink going, but I just put a little warm water in there. I'll let them sit here while I'm prepping everything else. Before I pull out the crab, I just bought one of these 12-pack mini extra sweet corn. So in a little pack, that's this. And then we don't eat meat, we only eat seafood. We're pescatarian, so I got vegan sausage. I love field roast. I have the field roast vegan smoked apple sausage. And then the kids like spicy sausage, so I got, this is Mexican chipotle. So these are the 2 packs of sausage. It comes with 4 of them in there. They're vegan sausage. Get those also at Whole Foods. So I'll chop those up last. Those and the shrimp will be the last things that I actually put there. And next, I've got crawfish. These are wild caught crawfish. I got these from Dearborn. So the shrimp and the lobster came from Whole Foods. The vegan sausage came from Whole Foods. And then the other stuff like seasoning, my corn, I got that from Snoop. So here's a bag of crawfish that I have. Let's see that. See, do I have any questions? I know, Dee. I wish she was here to eat it. It's gonna be so good. Let's see who else I have on here. My daughter's watching. So far I've got 11 people. So hi everyone. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. If I'm going too fast, let me know. Wash my hands here. So I'm just gonna stack these lobster up. Hope you can see my pan here. But these crawfish, I'm just gonna rinse them off. This is what they look like. And the reason I cook my crawfish like this, I'm gonna drop them in whole, is because the head has a lot of flavor in it. I don't eat the head, I literally just pull off the tail. But I wanna cook it because the head will hold in all of your spices and all of those juices, so it'll keep the rest of the seafood moist. So, again, that's what I have. And I'm just going to put them in this just to kind of actually have something better. This is my Fry Daddy cage. I'll throw them in here. And just give them a quick rinse off. Again, I did not do the food prep beforehand because I felt like you guys might want to see what I'm doing. So I hope you can see me over in the sink a little. I'm just going to rinse them off a little bit. Again, I'm just rinsing off the crawfish, what they look like. Sometimes I cook with gloves when I'm doing something really messy, but since I only prep food and cook food for my family, it's okay. I just, keep washing my hands. And if I ever go into meal prepping, of course I'll use gloves because I'm preparing food for others. I didn't go to culinary school. Oh, one cavity, one fell down the sink. And no, I'm not rinsing it off. I am tossing it. It would drive my son crazy that I do that, but I'm just not a big fan of prepping food in the sink. I don't know why. It's just not my thing. So toss that one. Again, rinsing off the crawfish. Almost done. Any questions? Hey Tasha, yep, I got the seafood. So we get ready to have a seafood broil. I've made the seafood broil in the oven where you put everything in aluminum foil and then you put it in the oven. But this time I wanted to do like a feast almost. Tomorrow is my daughter's birthday. And so, hey, and it's New Year's, why not? And I usually just take pictures of my food and put them online, but people are always asking me, why don't I have a YouTube channel, which I do. I just don't post on it. So this is just my way of showing you guys what I actually do. I'm thinking about getting into meal prepping. I'm not real sure just yet how I'm going to do that because I'll have to outweigh a lot of things. But if you have any questions, let me know. Cleaning off the crawfish. And the last thing that I need to do a major cleaning of is the actual crab leg. So this may be a long live video, and I know everybody's not going to remain. So if you do have to jump off for any reason, please make sure you stop by my page later so that you can see the finished products, and maybe I can convince someone to stop by and taste it for me. Maybe one or two people to come by and taste it for me and tell me what you think. Do I have anybody that wants to try? Let's see, oh, Lisa, you don't like seafood? Honey, you don't know what you're missing. Are you allergic or you just don't like it? I love seafood. Love it. I'm from California, so I ate a lot of seafood growing up. A lot of beef and a lot of seafood. That's what we did. And I noticed when I came here, a lot of people didn't have like fresh seafood. It was always like fried catfish type of places. It's like almost rare to find really good places that sell like good baked grilled fish. So if you know any places that I probably have not tried, let me know so that I can patronize those businesses and get some good food. So far I've cleaned off the crawfish and the lobster tails. Again, if you're just joining, I'll show you. These are 4-ounce lobster tails from Whole Foods. And then these are crawfish that I got from Deerbird. So I'm going to set this aside while and then I've got my shrimp here defrosted a little bit. For some reason they were not. And these I should have actually deveined and peeled. Well, they're peeled. I should have deveined the back part of it. Now I know deveined shrimp, you clean the top part, and I guess that's their digestive system. And then there's the under part, which is just like maybe like a vein. And some people say, well, if you eat chicken, you eat the vein in the chicken, it's not bad. I like to clean it. It's my business. As Tabitha say, Tabitha Brown, it's my business. And that's what I like. So, yeah, they're thawed out pretty quick. So, I'm gonna rinse these off. I'll clean those last while my the other seafood is cooking, just because the shrimp, I'll drop those in last. Because it only takes a few minutes for shrimp to cook. So, I'll devein the back part of that in a minute. And I want to show you this pot that I got. Let me turn this off real quick. This pot that I got here, it's a canning pot, I guess, for people who like to pickle cucumbers, whatever, make your pickles. And it's got the big lid. It's a 21 quart pot, but it's got this cute little basket. So this is the pot here. And I like how you can steam stuff on top. So this is going to be my first time using this. I got this from Walmart for $20. It was like $20. I think it was like $22 or $23 after tax. So I'm going to do my seafood in that big pot. So I've been avoiding going on live because my kitchen is so small. I have a galley kitchen, so it's long and narrow, so I don't have much prep space, much cabinet space. It's just so tiny in here. But I'm like, it's the new year. I'm going for it. Let's see. Yeah, it does sound thin. So my goal is to steam it. And so maybe steaming it, it won't be so bad. I tried to find I actually went for the 16 ounce or the 16 quart pan, and they were out, and it said another one had a limited supply. So I didn't want to drive that far just try to get one. And I've never done this type of feast for seafood before. So I'm going to try it and see how it work out. If not, I got Old Faithful back there. It might take me a few rounds to make it, but I've got another pot I can use. But it does sound thin. I was kind of worried about that, but because it's seafood and it's not chicken or beef that takes a long time to cook. So with the seafood, you don't need much cooking time with seafood. So we'll see how that works. And lastly, crab legs. So I got these from Dear Bird, and these are, I'm losing it, hold on. I'm kind of worried about wearing sleeves while I was cooking, but that's okay, I'll roll it up a little bit. This is snow crab, and it's wild caught as well. So, this is the bag here. Hold on. Sneeze. I'm back. But, these are the snow crabs that I'm using. Get rid of this. Snow crab, nice size. I'm gonna rinse them off with a little bit of warm water. Got that rinsed off. They're small. I think I may have like 8 claws. I don't know. These were not the I can get my words together. I like to scrape off of all of this stuff on the side. It's seasoning that they put on there, and I don't like it. So let me scrape that off. I'm gonna take a butter knife and scrape it. Anybody have any questions? Just kind of really prepping everything now, and I'll put everything together. If you cannot, for whatever reason, stay on the entire live, it might be a long live, only because I didn't prep beforehand. But come back and see the photos of the finished product. So cooking is just like what I love to do. I don't know why or how. You know what? I'm not being honest. I'll tell you this. I took a class for graduation. It was my capstone, my final capstone. So when you graduate college, for those of you, because everyone doesn't know, so I'm not trying to be funny. No, everybody doesn't know. When you're in college, before you exit, there is a class that you take called your capstone, and it pretty much sums up your entire college experience. And it shows what you learned, and it's pretty much like your showcase. So in my particular case, my instructor or professor, Dr. Flippin' Wind, actually her name is Flippin' Wind. Oh my God, that lady gave me such a hard time. I thought she hated me, but according to her, she was trying to pull the best out of me. Gave me heart palpitations. I even cried once. Literally cried, because she was just tripping. And anyways, I had told her my idea for my capstone. I wanted to do an electronic cookbook and just kind of like post recipes. And she said, why don't you take advantage of social media and use a YouTube platform and do like a series or a show? And I hadn't thought about it. And I knew I wanted to do something cooking related, but I was going to build a website. She said, if you have no experience building a website, of course, you can take the time to research and to do it, but if you do that, it's going to take away a lot of the time from your creativity part of what you want to do, which is to showcase your food. So she told me to really try to focus on YouTube. So of course I turned in papers and she gave me feedback. So once I started doing the research on YouTube, and then my daughter had experience in it as well, and she already had all the camera equipment, the lights, and everything that I needed, because these are things that she used in her profession and that got her through school. So it just was like an easy fit. And so I had my thing was to go vegan for a week. So I went vegan for a week, and that was it. That's all I could take of being vegan, because it was so hard. You had to read all of your ingredients. It was so limited and so restricted, I couldn't take it. But I lasted a week, or maybe 5 days. No, I think I did last for the weekend. Well, anyways, I did some videos. The channel is on YouTube. It's called Easy Me Vegan. I may have the videos muted, but I think I should go unmute them so you guys can see if you haven't already seen it. And so that's how I started with the YouTube videos that you've seen of me cooking. And from that, I just developed a passion to actually show my food, because I had such a positive response from those few YouTube videos that I had put out there. And I actually got an A in her class and graduated from college in 2018 with a bachelor's degree in communications and an emphasis in corporate communications. And I really haven't used my degree or did anything with my degree since I got it. I'm still working at the same company. And so this is just a year to do something different. This is a year to accelerate. And so I'm looking forward to accelerating this year. And I've always made excuses why I don't do live, why I don't go online and show my face or do this. It's like my hair is not right, my makeup's not right, and my kitchen is too small. Like, I have every excuse in the book. But ironically, one of the saints, and I'm talking about one of the younger saints, she really spoke into my life, and she told me to just do it. And then her brother came along and confirmed it and said, just do it. So I'm just doing it. Now hopefully the next set of videos won't be as long, and the prep won't be so long. But right now I'm just scraping off the back side of my crab legs. Just getting all of the gook off of them, just trying to clean them up. And these are wild caught, so they don't tell her what you're going to find. So I'm going through all the little nook and crannies and cleaning them off. We won't need no seafood surprises. Okay? So, this is the last one here. And then I can really start cooking after this. So what it take me like 30 minutes for food prep? That wasn't that bad. That bad. This is the last one. So, if you just joined, I have crab legs that I'm cooking. Let me see, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 7. I thought I had 8, but I have 7 crab legs here. Let me clean up a little bit. Anybody have any questions that's watching? Let me know if it's too noisy because I got the sink going, the dishwasher going. So again, here are my crab. These are snow crab that I got from Deerbird. And then here I have lobster tails and crawfish. You can see. And then I have shrimp here. And then I've got my vegan sausage that I'll do the shrimp and the vegan sausage last. And then I have my corn here. And I forgot to get my potatoes. I usually make a lot of sides and not a lot of meat. But since this is a seafood broil, or boil I should say, I would say broil with an R, but it's boil, you know. I just got these French fingerling organic potatoes from Whole Foods. Come in a bag like this. They're small. The reason I bought these little small ones instead of the big red potatoes is because I didn't want to cut them and then the potatoes in the inside start getting a little mushy when you cook them long. And I didn't want the pot filled with a bunch of mush. I wanted whole pieces of everything because literally we're going to just lay it out on the table and just go for it. And I didn't want a bunch of mess and mush. So that's why I got these. I'm going to leave these whole. I'm not going to cut them at all. When they get them on their plate, they can cut them. I may take them when they get out and maybe smash it a little bit, like just take a fork and just smash it so it's easier for them to get the butter and things, the sauce that I'll make on there. So I need to wash off my potatoes, and I think that's pretty much it. And I will get started. Let me get my potatoes washed off and my corn. Thank you for joining. Just doing food prep, not cooking yet. Oh, thank you, Mel Romelis. I know you told me, I'm just gonna do it, but so far I've just got my lobster, my crawfish, and my crab legs. I have those all cleaned off pretty good. I'm gonna clean off the potatoes and the corn, and then I'll get started, and then we'll start working on seasonings and things of that nature that I'm gonna do. So let me get that. I didn't really prep for this, just so y'all know. As you can tell, I did no prepping. I'm prepping live. The next set of videos I will prep beforehand, so it's just only me cooking, but I feel like I'm off. It's New Year's, and I got the time, so if you got the time, I got the time. So hopefully you guys can stay the entire time. If not, just come back and check in on me. Check in on me a little bit. Hi, First Lady. Oh my God, did y'all see First Lady last night? She did not come to play. She was a whole vibe, and I got a picture of it. I'm gonna have to post my pictures later. But you look so beautiful. Everybody looks beautiful. Everybody. We had such a good time last night at church, and still kind of a little tired, but I'm up. And just doing my meal prep. If you just joined, I'll show you what I've done so far. I've got 4-ounce lobster tails, Whole Foods. I've got crawfish, Deerbird. I think I got 2 pounds of those. So I have 9 4-ounce lobster tails, 2 pounds of crawfish, and 7 claws of crab legs. so far. So I'm rinsing off my potatoes, and I'll get my corn. And again, if you're just now joining, I didn't prep this. I normally would prep my food before I start cooking, but I felt like you guys might want to see what I actually do. I have so many questions about how I cook something or what I did, so this one is just going to be pretty much starting from scratch. And hopefully when I'm done, I can get a couple people over to come sample. My kids probably in their rooms like, that's all mine. But I do love to cook. Right now I've been playing it safe and only been cooking for my kids. Oh, this one don't look that good. We're gonna toss that. And so I've got these little red potatoes. I'm gonna leave them whole. Again, I don't want the mush while I'm cooking. So open my corn. Oh, my counters are dark. I can turn this off. My counters are dark, and I don't like cooking on dark countertops. So what I did was bought these little marble boards from Whole Foods that I use to prep and cook on. I just feel like when you're cooking on something with a white background, you can kind of see stuff that you would normally see like on the darker countertops. So I bought 4 of these boards. I had 5. I don't remember why I tossed one, but it's a 5 fit across this whole countertop. And I don't have much counter space, so it has a little lift right here, so it gives me a little bit more space. And so that's what I'm cooking on. Get a knife. My son has, he's a chef, so he went to culinary school, and he's got all of these really sharp knives that I use. I don't even know what they're called, but these things, my sister has almost chopped off her toe. I have almost chopped off 2 fingers and a toe, so I have to be real careful with these knives. They are super, super sharp. And the other day I asked him to come and sharpen one for me and almost cut my finger off after he sharpened. So, gotta be careful. Let's see. Yeah, so if you guys are not able to stay on, please come back later and see what I actually cook. So right now, I'm just having fun. I'm just doing what I do, which is cook. And if you're on here, I appreciate you and thank you for tuning in. Again, this may be a lengthy video only because I'm doing the prep now, opposed to just jumping right in and cooking, just so you can kind of see everything that I do from scratch. It usually takes me about 30 minutes to an hour to prep what I'm going to cook, but then that lessens the cooking time because I'm not doing them both together. So you'll see me just prepping everything, and then I'll go in and cook. Washing off the corn now. So hopefully everybody's having a good new year. Just rinsing my corn off. You know, some people don't wash their fruits and vegetables and meat off. I don't understand that. I grew up washing off vegetables, meat. Anybody out there who don't, that can explain to me why you don't think it's necessary? Or is that a stupid question? Anybody out there want to take a shot? Because I don't know. But I'm washing off everything. No gloves. I'm cooking just for my family, so I don't have on any gloves. Once I get into like meal prep and things of that nature, I'll definitely use gloves. But this is just for the fam. New Year's. Unless I got somebody who's gonna stop by and try my seafood, who's gonna stop by? Who's gonna drive all the way out to Timbuktu and see me on New Year's? Well, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I think the last time Destiny came and I hooked her up with a plate, she said it was good. So y'all know what y'all missing. Oh, you see it right here? You laying in the bed. Happy New Year, Shonda. Okay, let me get cooking. Okay, I got all this stuff out. Let me get cooking. I'm trying to think if I'm in the refrigerator trying to see if I forgot anything. Oh, I got my lemons. And my lime. For some reason, I bought all these lemons. I literally forgot I bought lemons and went and bought some more. I don't need them all. So I bought limes for presentation. If you know, when I'm posting pictures, I'm always trying to fix my presentation. And I feel like the limes are gonna look cuter on camera. I know that's so petty. But the limes, oh, did my computer die? My computer died. I'm gonna have to step away so I can see your comments, but let me log back on. I don't know why I did that. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna have to reach over. Interesting. Well, I hope everybody can still see me. I can't see what you guys are writing now. Let me see if I can log back on. Is my live still going? Can anybody let me know? My computer went blank. 1 second. Okay, there we go. I guess it's still going. Okay, it's still going. So, just rinsing this off. Let me wash my hands. Yeah. But the limes, again, are going to look good on camera. See how much brighter they are? So I'm going to use the limes. Oh, put that right here. Instead of the lemon. For presentation. This one don't look that good. Got another casualty. I have to toss that. I'm just washing off the lemons, and literally I'm about to start cooking. So I've been prepping the whole time, but I'm about to actually start cooking. Hi Vicky, how are you? Hope you're having a happy New Year's. Where's Sophia? Where's Sophia, Vicky? Give her a big bear hug for me. So I'm gonna put these lemons back in. I bought too many lemons. I am going to need garlic. This is the garlic I usually buy, the minced garlic, but then I also buy the fresh garlic too. Alright, so now I'm bringing out the veggies. So I'm going to shift all of my seafood over here. I know it's taking me a while to get started, but literally, I'm just prepping. So that's all my seafood cleaned off. And I'm going to start on the vegetables. And that'll be the last thing. Turn this butter off. And I think that's it. Oh, butter. I don't think I'm going to use 2 sticks for anything, but I'm going to take 2 sticks out. I just get the Snooks salted butter, 4-pack. Alright, and let me get my seasonings out. I sent my son to the store to get lemon pepper, and I don't think he brought it. My child, if you are watching, did you get my lemon pepper from the store? Because I don't have enough. We got a situation. Lemon pepper, son, lemon pepper. Just getting out all my seasonings. Can't do a seafood boil with about a little Old Bay. And, okay, let me make sure I have Mrs. Dash. I'm missing Mrs. Dash. Okay, so what I normally use in all of my cooking, especially my seafood, I use 4 major ingredients. The other things I'm just adding because of seafood. Mrs. Dash garlic, paprika, parsley flakes, and lemon pepper. All 4 every time, always. These are the 4 things that I use. And sometimes if I'm making sauces, I'll use the pre-minced garlic. Today, because I'm doing seafood, I'm going to somehow incorporate these other ingredients. To be honest, I don't know how. I just know in my head what I feel like is going to taste good with seafood. It may sound weird, but Worcestershire sauce, I'm going to incorporate this in my sauce somehow. A little Parmesan, because you always need butter, garlic, and Parmesan for your dip. I know some people just use the butter, maybe garlic salt or garlic powder and butter, but I like to put a little Parmesan, just a little bit. And then just to kick it up a little bit, I've got some Caribbean jerk, and then smoked paprika and obey. Now, I did buy some other seasonings from Snooks that I'm going to show you to go in the boil, the actual water. I don't know if I'm going to use them. I'm actually going to taste it to see if I even want to use it. And my daughter wanted me to use the bags because we've got this sauce. We're going to try to make the mukbang sauce. Mukbang or mukbang? I don't know. I'm calling muck. So we're going to do the mukbang sauce. And so I bought... it comes with bags, so we can put the seafood in there and shake it up in the bag. So I'm excited about that part. So let me get the seasonings that I bought that I never used, that we'll see if it works out. If I can find what I did with this. Where art thou? Oh, here's one. Y'all, I'm still here. I'm trying to find the other package of seasoning that I bought that I cannot find. I'm down here, but I'll be back. Okay, so let me show you. This is one, which is just shrimp and broil crab. Wait, shrimp and crab broil. So that is McCormick. To be honest, I don't usually like using McCormick brand seasoning because of the salt content. I don't cook with salt at all. So if it doesn't already have salt in it, I'm not adding it. I just feel like other herbs and spices can do the same thing that salt can do. And so I may only use a little bit of this just because I know it's probably loaded with salt. And I've tried these before. It's the garlic and shrimp scampi seasoning mix. So we're gonna add this to our butter sauce at the end. Well, let me find, I bought a Louisiana brand that I wanna try. Let me see if I can find it, sorry. I'm just over here in this cabinet trying to figure out what I did with it. Oh, here it is, it fell. So this is crawfish and shrimp crab boil, Louisiana. Now the reason I bought 2 is because McCormick's usually have too much salt. I don't usually like using a lot of their seasonings because it has a lot of salt content in it. My favorite brand of seasonings, ironically, is Snooks. I just like their generic brand. They don't do too much. It's just basic. And of course, we talked about the Mrs. Dash, but McCormick's usually has too much salt, and Louisiana is usually too hot. So I'm gonna try to find a balance between the two. Let's see. Yeah, I don't cook with salt. Yeah, I don't cook with salt. So we're gonna try to incorporate this somehow in with my obey. So obey is my go-to, but I just want to try it. So we'll see how that works out. And I don't care. I like Jiffy. Love it. I've been eating Jiffy since I was a babe, okay? Since I was a toddler. Probably a little infant. I'm sure somebody, grandmama, my mama, my grandmama, somebody was feeding me Jiffy. I love Jiffy. But I'm going to try a seafood Creole style cornbread muffin. And I've got these little mini muffin pans that I'm going to do that with. And you're supposed to put jalapenos, cheddar. You can put crawfish in there, and like peppers and onions. And you mix it in and you make the, like, almost like fritters, but I'm going to do it in like the cornbread muffin style. So that'll be our side item. So I know we have the potatoes and the corn, but I just love cornbread, so I'm also going to use that. And I promise you, I think that's it. I think I'm ready to actually start cooking. Nope, didn't tell the truth. We're trying to make the mukbang sauce, so I bought this Louisiana brand Cajun seafood sauce. It kind of reminds me of the mukbang sauce, so I'm going to use this as my base, and I'm going to use the butter sauce I normally mix and mix these two together along with some other stuff and see if it tastes mukbangish. And that's it. So let me cut up my vegetables. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and start my seafood, and then I'll cut up my vegetables. So let me fill my pot up with water. So anybody ever did a seafood broil, let me know. My envision, because this is my first time doing it, I envision them steaming versus actually boiling. So I think I'm not going to fill it up with much water and just kind of let the seafood steam. But I'm getting excited because I know it's going to be good because I'm going to hook that up. So right now I'm just filling my pot up with water. And let me turn my heat on the stove. I'll do a medium to high heat. And my shrimp and sausage, my vegan sausage, I'll put those in last. So just filling up my pot with water now. So how's everyone's new year? Everyone out there? Oh, my cousin just joined. Hi, Nikki. Hey, Nicole. I love you. Miss you. Hope you're having a good new year. Are you at home with your mom and dad, or are you at your home? Tell my auntie and my uncle I love them. And we're going to send their mother back. Tell your mother I'm going to send her mother back on January 4th. You always cook seafood on New Year's or just in general? I think I got enough water. So I got this big pot. I've only got it filled to water to this first line on the pot. I'm going to throw my crawfish and seasoning at the bottom, and I'm going to set my I'll put my potatoes in first. Let me start. Let me just start. Let me put potatoes in first. So, oh, ouch. Get that going. So, I don't know if y'all know, but last year I burned down the kitchen. Frying boom boom shrimp. And so, if you see these things underneath here, those are to stop a fire if one shell occurs. So if there's a fire, there's some powder stuff that drops down on the fire. So the kitchen doesn't catch on fire again. So last year, I didn't have a kitchen for a few months because they had to replace pretty much the whole kitchen because it was engulfed in flames. But that's why I don't fry food. My daughter got me an air fryer for Christmas, and that's what I use. So let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead with my seasonings. I usually like to mix everything in a bowl when I haven't cooked a certain item before, just so I can kind of get the taste of it before I put it in my food. So I just added Mrs. Dash, and now I'm adding paprika, a little parsley, and some lemon pepper. You know, I'm gonna save this lemon pepper. I sent my son to the store and he was supposed to bring back lemon pepper. So son, if you're watching, I'm waiting on my lemon pepper. I got the other stuff, but I don't see the lemon pepper. So I'm gonna save this because I want some of this on my potatoes. So after that, I'm gonna put a little Old Bay in here. Well, unfortunately, I hurt my hand. I'm gonna have to put on some gloves now. I think I broke the end. On top of that fire stopper. Let me get a pair of gloves. Give me 1 second. And wash your hands before you put on these gloves. They don't go on very well. I'll lift it. Just adding a little Old Bay. Oh, this smells so good. A little smoked paprika. May think this is a lot of seasoning, but it's not. Add a little kick, some Caribbean jerk. Got my pot going, waiting for that to come up to a boil. And then I'm gonna use a little of each one of these. Again, this is the shrimp and crab broil. I don't have a recipe. Oh, it's a bag. Okay, interesting. I wasn't expecting this. I thought it was gonna be some seasoning. I'm gonna pop one in there. So I'll use that, and then I guess one of these too. Houston, we may have a problem, because I initially told my kids we're gonna use the mukbang bags, and I'm so special. When it said bag, boil-in bag, I thought it was gonna be the plastic bags. So I guess we're not gonna have a mukbang style. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna use both of these. So I've got one of each of these that I'm gonna use. And then I've got my own little special seasoning I just mixed. And I'm gonna go ahead and put these bags in. May take this pot a while to come to a boil. But I'm just gonna put that in there and get it started. There's one more bag left. Might have to send someone to the store. Let's see, the bags go in the water. Yeah, I know the bag go in the water, but you know what I thought it was? The big plastic bags. You know how when you go to the seafood restaurants and they put all of the seafood in the bag and shake it up with all of the seasoning? I honestly thought when it said boil-in bag that's what it was. So this is my first time doing a seafood boil, but I make seafood all the time, and I usually just use my own seasoning. This time I'm trying something a little different, and I'm going to use these. So let me put this away. How's everybody's new year? Yeah, the rubber gloves do work best. I actually just hurt my finger on top of the stove thing here, so that's why I have a Michael Jackson on. Let me chop up my vegetables, because you know I love my veggies. I have my veggies. I know a lot of seafood boils don't have vegetables in it. I haven't seen them besides the potatoes and the corn. But I love these little mini peppers here. Yeah, they're just mini peppers. I love these things. So I'm going to cut up some of these. These are the sizes here. You get a cutting board. I just use these dollar store plastic cutting boards. It does the trick. So if you're not able to stay on for live, again, come back and see at least the finished product. I know this is kind of lengthy because I'm doing like meal prep at the same time. Now, what would have happened is I would have just jumped on here and started cooking, but I felt like since this is really my first live cooking, I wanted to really show you everything from scratch. So I'll be on here a little while. I'm just having fun cooking while y'all watching. So if you need to step away, I understand, but do not forget to come back for the finished product. I'm gonna put these green onions in my my cornbread. So I've got jalapenos, green onions, cheddar cheese, and some Caribbean seasoning. I'm gonna and canned corn. I do have a canned corn. Let me grab that real quick. And I just got the Dearborg's brown cream style corn. So I'll put this in with my cornbread, jalapenos. I'll do maybe some peppers and onions. It's like a Mardi Gras style Caribbean Creole type cornbread muffins that I'm going to make on the side. That will be last. And wash these up. You know, when you buy these green onions from the store, it's like they come in directly out of the ground. And I don't care what store you buy them from, it's got that batch of dirt on them. I mean, I wash my vegetables off anyways, but it seems like these green onions, they just pull them on the ground and ship them to the store. So far I've got my green onions, my peppers and onions. I don't know if you normally see my pictures and presentations. I'm always got some sort of vegetables, and it's usually the same kind. Yeah. So I hope everybody's having a good new year. I've got to put my Michael Jackson back on. Oh, and I ripped that one too. Let me dry my hands. Oh, it looks better. These gloves are giving me the blues. And that was the last one, so Lord bless it. And you know what I wanted to do? I seen a picture online somewhere where they took the garlic and they cut the garlic in half and then they grilled it. So I'm going to use these garlics for presentation. I'll set those to the side. And we're going to talk about jalapenos. It's got regular size, nothing fancy, jalapenos. Pretty simple. And of course, I always have parsley. I'm doing all of my vegetable prepping because I'm waiting for my pot to come to a boil. I'm going to bring it over so you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Hopefully you can. So let's see if this electric stove will give me what I need today. You know, they're very temperamental. I would prefer gas, but we're all electric here. And again, I'm just doing my vegetable prepping while I'm waiting for my water to come to a boil. Get some fresh parsley. I know you're thinking like, why do you need all these extra vegetables in seafood broil? Honestly, not only does it look great for presentation, it tastes really good when you have fresh vegetables in everything. And so I just love fresh vegetables. And then the last two things will be my onions. Got my cheese. And when I'm done, I'll put everything in the description because I'm using some more things that I didn't think I was going to use, and I'm using some things, and I'm not using some things that I said I was going to use. So I'll put everything later in the description. Just got a yellow onion. Peel that. So the reason I'm doing so many vegetables is because I just love vegetables. I cannot eat a meal unless it's got some sort of vegetables. It's just my thing. I know you don't need it in a seafood boil, but I want vegetables, so I'm gonna throw them in. Anybody have any questions? Want to ask me anything? Again, I'm not a cook. I am a home chef, and I just like cooking, so I'm just on my life doing my thing, having fun while y'all watching me. Hope everybody's having a good New Year. Also got a red onion. So, all of my vegetables here, all of my seafood, meat, potatoes, and corn there. Just peeling my vegetables. Did everybody have a good New Year's Eve? Everyone's safe and home? Any funny stories you got to tell? Was somebody out there clowning last night? One of your peeps, your peoples? Let's see, we'll take another layer off of this. I don't know about this onion here. It's a little spotty. Let me take off one more layer. If not, I'm going to go ahead and toss it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and toss it. It's a little spotty. So I don't know if it's going bad or if it's just skin. Normally red onions, or at least the ones I buy, don't look like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and toss that one. And clean up all of my stuff out of the sink so it doesn't go down the garbage disposal. And again, I save these bags for when I'm cooking. Trash for when I'm cooking. Let me see if my water is boiling yet. Get my hands clean. Wash my knife back off. Okay. I know we've been on the live a long time, but again, that's only because I did my meal prep in front of you guys, and I normally would probably do that outside of making a video, but I wanted to show y'all from scratch what I be in here doing. Yep, it's kind of coming to a boil now, so I'm going to go ahead and add my potatoes. They're already cleaned off. These are my red potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and pop them in the water because they're going to take the longest probably to cook. So just dropping my potatoes in. I think I'm going to go ahead and put my potatoes and corn in. These potatoes are kind of small, so they shouldn't take that long to cook. And I'm going to stick half a stick of butter in here. May sound like a lot, but it's not. So I got all my potatoes in. Water off. Go ahead and just cut half a stick of butter. Put that in there. Can't have a seafood boil without butter. Got that in there. And we'll put a little garlic in here too. guess I'll let y'all in on my secret ingredient. So I usually do not put sugar in my food. I don't like it on spaghetti. I don't like it in tuna, muscatoli, none of that. It's disgusting. I don't put it on my grits, but I do put a little bit of brown sugar in my water when I'm cooking crab legs, just a little bit. So between the butter and that little bit of brown sugar, it just gives it a great taste because you got all those spices and seasoning. It's not sweet. It just, I can't even explain it. It won't be sweet at all because your crab is already going to be sweet. It's like sweet snow crab. But that little bit of brown sugar just gives it a little bit of kick that you don't usually expect. So when I do my crab legs, sometimes I do use a little bit of brown sugar. So I'll put some of that in my water with my other seasoning. So I just got the C&H brown sugar. And judge me if you want. I can do what I want. I like the brown sugar in my crab legs. So this is all I'm gonna put in there. 1/3 cup. Drop that in. Delish. But again, I don't really like sweet food, and it's not gonna be sweet. It's just gonna give it that extra kick. I've got enough spices and everything to off balance that little bit of sweet, so it'll be okay. All right, I'm gonna set this parsley aside because the parsley is just presentation at the end. And let me go ahead and chop up an onion. I really wanted to put red onion in there. That didn't work out. I don't know what was going on with that red onion. Right now, I'm just putting my onions in. Can you guys tell me what you're cooking today? What are you guys cooking today? Anybody doing seafood, black eyed peas? I know my sister is doing black eyed peas and cornbread. We just had beans not too long ago, so I'm not going to do any more beans. I know it's customary for most black families to eat black eyed peas. It's supposed to be a sign of good luck, but I feel like I'm lucky already. So I'm just pouring my onions in. Big spoon. Got my potatoes cooking. Let me go ahead and throw my corn in there too. I got my corn in. And let me finish cutting up these vegetables. I was thinking about my lobster tails. And I don't normally do lobster to crab, all this all together at one time. I think I'm going to split my lobster down the middle, like the long way, like cut it in half. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like it's going to look good for presentation. And who wants to be fussing with trying to get between all of that shell when you're eating? You already got to worry about cracking the crab legs and cutting those up. I actually use scissors for my crab legs. These are 88 cents at Walmart. I bought 3 pair. Well, I already had a pair. I bought 2 more pair. And they're just stainless steel shears. They're really sharp. And I usually just cut my crab that way. I don't use a crab cracker. I just literally cut it with the scissors. So that's what I would use. And so, yeah. I made up my mind. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the lobster tails and slice them long ways down the middle. That way, most of it will come out while it's cooking. And then what doesn't should be easy to get out of that shell, because who wants to be fooling around with the crab legs, the lobster, and the crawfish. So the crawfish I'm going to put in there whole, but I am going to make sure we don't eat the heads. So the head's coming off eventually. But I'm going to leave it in there to catch all of that seasoning and the juices, and that might help. So right now I'm just cutting up my little mini peppers. The only thing that's in the water boiling now is the corn and potatoes. The potatoes might have been in there for about 5 minutes. I just added the corn. Next, I'll add my crawfish, then my lobster, then my crab, and then lastly, I'll top it off with the shrimp and also the vegan sausage that I use. Since I don't eat meat, we're going to have vegan sausage. So, to be honest, the live videos just isn't my thing. I just like showing the finished product, so this is something a little bit different for me. It won't be so long next time, but I feel like if I can just show y'all what I'm cooking while I'm cooking, y'all good. So I've got a consistent amount of people on here. That's good. Anybody want to tell me what they cooked for today? Please let me know. Just type in the comment here. I think mine is frozen. Let's see. Without touching the computer. Because I'm trying to watch y'all on my computer. Let me hit refresh. Oh, it's frozen. So y'all could be talking to me and I don't even know. Hold on, wrong knife. Dishwasher just stopped not too long ago. I forgot I put this is what I cut with my vegetables. It's just like butter. Just slide on down. And I'm cutting them long way like this. I don't know if this is julienne style, whatever. I'm not a cook, so I don't know, but that's how I'm cutting them. Because I want some of those in my seafood boil. I already have my onions in there, but I do want peppers too. I just think they're good, especially with seafood. So I think these are orange and red mini peppers, and I'm going to toss them in there. See if I can restart this so I can see if you guys are telling me anything. Exit off. Oh, my program is crashing, so let me close it and restart that. Because I've been talking for a minute and it's just stuck on my computer, so I don't know if anybody's saying anything or what. I'll lock this back on. Try to touch it with my knuckle. Again, so far I just have my potatoes and corn and the seasoning in there. I'm going to taste the seasoning shortly to see if I need to add anything. The only thing that I wish I did have more of was the lemon pepper. But I've got fresh lemon and I've got pepper, so I'll just have to make my own lemon pepper. See how that work out. So right now I'm just cutting the peppers up because I want peppers in mine. I'm going to try to add them towards the end a little bit so that they're not cooked down so much. Sometimes, you know, we can overcook our vegetables, and so it takes away a lot of the nutrients out of it when we cook it down so long. And I love fresh vegetables in anything that I eat. So I'm going to add those. But I'm really interested to know what you guys are cooking today. What's on the menu? Okay, I'm getting my live back so I can see what's on here. Let's see. Get y'all back. Yay, I'm back in business. I don't see no comments yet though. I'm using actually my son's laptop, and he's been complaining about needing a little laptop for a while, and I see why. Because this is the second time this laptop been crashed on me. Let's see. Yes, we are still here, still live. It's been a minute. But that's when you're cooking big meals, it just take a minute. And we can eat on this for a couple of days. So I'm just in here taking my time and cooking. I invited y'all in just to see my prep from the beginning so you can see what I'm doing. Typically, again, I would just come off cooking straight off the bat, but I want you guys to see what I was doing. I get a lot of questions about food and meal prepping. And again, I'm not a chef. I just like cooking. I'm really thinking about doing meal prep. Someone approached me last night at church and said they're on the road a lot, and in their profession, I guess they're trying to eat a little more healthier. I'm not saying what I'm cooking right now is healthy, but I know how to cook a healthy meal. And their request was for vegetables, to cook good meals with a lot of vegetables. So I'm going to have to sit down with pen and paper and figure out how to make this work. Because for one, I really want to do it just based on him and his wife are just great people. And I can make money on the side as well. But if I can provide some sort of service to somebody, if it's something that I think I can do and I can help in any way, I want to do that. So that's what I want to do. So I've got all of my peppers and onions. Let me find something to put those in. I'm going to go ahead and add my crawfish now before I do that. So I'm just putting my crawfish in. So I'm slowly adding my seafood. The potatoes have been in here for about 15-20 minutes. I add the corn and the seasoning and everything is all in there. It smells so good in here. I'm not even kidding. It smells like a restaurant. And now I'm just adding my crawfish, and then I'll do my lobster and my crab. But I'm just putting my crawfish in now. And again, these are 2 pounds of crawfish. I've already cleaned off all of my seafood. I've scrubbed off my crab legs. Washed off my lobster. I'll have to do a little bit of cleaning and deveining those when I cut those in half. But right now I'm just adding all of my crawfish. I wish you guys can see this. Okay, so yeah. Other than that, that's it. I've got my crawfish in. My spoon go. Here we go. I wish you guys could see this. Oh man. Ooh, it looks so good. I might have to just take that camera off and bring y'all over here because this looks so good. Oh man. Y'all. It's gonna be good. It smells delish. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more obey in here. If I can figure out what I did with the obey. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna add a little bit more obey. You know how you can look at the water and just kind of tell that it's not up to your standards or it's not exactly what you're looking for. It looks good, but it just looked like it was missing a little bit of that, the color that I'm looking for was too light in color. I don't want my seafood all dark and to where you can't recognize what it is, but it did need some obey, and now my water is looking right. It's got like an orangish tint to it in color. Before it had a brownish tint. So this is what I'm looking for. Let me see, paprika. I'm gonna add a little paprika, and I think that should do it. Yep, a little paprika. It smells so good. It smells delicious. I wish you guys can see this. Oh my God, this smells amazing. Absolutely amazing. Add my peppers. Add them in. So once I get all of my seafood in there, I'll start my cornbread and put that in the oven. Rinse off my board. Moving those vegetables aside. Wash off my little cutting board. I'm gonna leave this still. Oh, that sounds good. The grilled chicken, crab, baked potatoes. I see you, Shonda. I'm not cooking today, but eating leftover Chinese food. Okay, hey, I go with that too. I will take that. I'll clean off my little cutting station real quick. And really, I'm just kind of waiting for the seafood to get done. Man, I wish you guys could see this. I think I'm gonna, oh, how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna come around so I want y'all to see this. Hold on. All right, hold on. I'm gonna bring the camera around. Look at this. Don't that look so good? It smells so. If I had a smell indicator on here, I would be putting it on here. But let me see. It's looking good so far. So good. I'm trying to get some of that steam away. But that's what's going on so far. And I'm gonna put my lobster in here, and I'll bring the camera back around one more time. But I got my peppers, my onions, got all my seafood in here boiling. Except for the crab legs, I'm going to add those. But right before I add the crab legs, I will add the lobster tails. Matter of fact, let me just bring the lobster tails over now and start cutting those up. I'm going to take my camera back over though. I didn't want to have to do all of that, but I really wanted you guys to see. So I did. Plug my phone back up. I know, don't it look so good? I cannot wait to try it. I'm excited about this mukbang sauce I'm gonna make. That's what I'm excited about. All right. And believe it or not, we don't have much left to do. This really is the cooking time. Waiting on everything to cook. My soap's good. Get some more paper towel. Yeah, I don't devein the crawfish. You're supposed to cook them whole so that all of the juices and everything catches inside of the crawfish. You don't really, there's nothing to really peel and devein on the crawfish. Usually you just break the head off and pull it apart. But I'm going to break down this lobster real quick. Got a lot of stuff going on in the sink. Rinse that off real quick. don't usually go live only because, I mean, when you're cooking, it's a lot of things that goes with cooking. You got a lot to do. It's more prepping than anything. So let me try to cut these lobster tails. I've just got my 4-ounce lobster tails. I'm going to try to cut them long ways. Let's see if this works. What I envision and what's going to actually happen. Should have did it when they were frozen. Sounds atrocious, though. That's that hard shell. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to drop them in like this. Just in halves. I don't know why. I can't even tell you why I wanted to do it that way, but I don't want to cook them whole like this, so I'm just going to split them down the middle. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just because. So, let's see how this works out. I'm trying to find the best way to do it. Sounds atrocious. Oh, the shell. And this knife is pretty sharp, so that means this shell is pretty hard. So, just cutting them down the middle like this. And I have 9 of them. Might need to be sharpened. Oh, that was easy. Okay, so I figured out how to do it now. And it's got a tracking. Good thing I did that because they really need to be cleaned out. I usually pull them off the top, cut down the middle, pull them off, pull the meat of the actual lobster off the top. And so I clean it that way. But I'm going to do it this way because it seems like I should. Clean all of that out of here. Just cleaning off the lobster now. Getting up under the shell, all over the look. And then I'll re-rinse them. So I'm just going, I don't know if you can see this, I'm going right down the middle with the butcher knife. And then I'm bringing it back down like this. And press it on the knife. And then I'll turn it this way and repeat. And so far that seems the easiest way to do it. And then I'm just going through and cleaning out the front part of here, up under the shell, and getting all the goop out of it. And washing in between it. I don't think I washed them. Let me wash them last. I'll just stack them for now. Again, going down the middle. And then flip it that way. Yep, so that seems like the easiest part so far. Some of them are a little frozen still, but not much. Clean off my board a little bit. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you can't stay on the whole time, come back. I know it's a pretty lengthy live, but I did it wrong. I went the wrong way on cutting this. But come back and join us if you can't stay on. And whatever you do, come back for the pictures and the finished product. Don't forget to come back. There's a lot of lobster. I probably should have only, I don't know if I should have cooked all this lobster. I wish I would have only did 6 of them. Oh well. Too late now. Finish the mission. I mean, I could just throw the lobster meat in there, but I think the shell looks good with the presentation, so I'm going to leave it in there. And I'm always worried about the presentation because I feel like your food should not only taste good, but it should also look good. I don't like sloppy plates. I like cute food. So, alright, I got them all cut up. This is what they look like. And I'm just going to go through under the shell a little bit and clean them off and throw them in. Let me check my seafood. Oh yeah, looking good, looking good. Oh yeah. It smells so good in here, y'all. I wish you could smell it. It smells like a straight up crab roll. Smells good. Alright, just gonna clean these up and drop them in. Trying to catch any loose pieces of the shell that's not intact. We don't want to be chomping down and bite on that. So just trying to clean up all the loose fragments, get in under the shell, get in any gook that's around the lobster. If anybody have, see some of them have like, well most of them, all of them should, but I'm getting all the vein out. You see all of this gook? That's what I'm cleaning out. You can't see in the sink, so that's what I'm showing you. Anybody have a better way that they do their lobster or clean their lobster that I don't know about? Yep, getting up under that shell. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Getting up under that shell. That's where all that gook is at. And that, I don't know what you call it. Getting all the veins up out of there and cleaning all of that out. Getting up under that shell. Almost done. I'm going to drop these in and then drop my crab in. And then I'll just make my cornbread. Well, I got to still devein those other shrimps. They're peeled and deveined, but I also not only like to get the get that other vein off the up under it too. I know a lot of people don't care and they eat that, but I just personally don't like it. I guess there's nothing wrong with it, but that's how I do. I feel like some of these are already cleaned. Getting some of these broken pieces of shell from when I cut it so that we're not eating our seafood and chomping on shell. 2 more to go. So if you just joined, I'm doing a seafood boil. So far I have my potatoes and corn in. And then I incorporated, I put some onions in, corn, potatoes, well, my crawfish. Now I'm getting ready to throw my lobster in. I just took the lobster tails, cut them in half. I've got 9 lobster tails here. I got them from Whole Foods. They were on sale for 2 for $12, so $6 each. I'm just going to drop the lobster in. It smells so good. When I tell you this smells delicious, it smells delicious. I've got that in. Do a quick stir. And it's looking good. Actually, I don't even need this. I was gonna put this in this little basket. I'm not even gonna use it. I don't think I'll need it. Go ahead and throw my crab in now. I'm putting them on top so they can steam, opposed to actually boiling. And this pot is sealed up. So I have a 21 quart pot and it's sealed up literally to right here. Literally. Let it cook for about 20 minutes, I guess. So that's that. I'm not going to use this. And turn this water off. I know y'all probably like her water bills. I'm always got this water running. Because either I'm cleaning or washing my hands while I'm cooking. It's the weirdest thing. I use a lot of paper towels too, I know. Yep. Alright, just a recap. I got all my seafood in except for my shrimp. So I'll bring this over. And the sausage. So the veggie sausage, they're really delicate and I don't want to just throw them in the water and boil them. So I'm going to slice them kind of at an angle, and then I'm going to put them in this pan and just grill them on both sides. And literally, as I'm plating or right when we're done, I'll put the sausage in just so they can get in some of the juice, but I don't want them to boil. It's not real meat. It's plant-based meat, vegetarian. They're completely vegetarian. Well, they say vegetarian, but I thought they were vegan. Well, I've been eating these all the time thinking they were vegan. Let me see. I'm not vegan, so it don't matter. But really, I've been saying they're vegan sausage, and because I don't read, they're vegetarian. So the vegetarian sausage, just because it's vegetarian does not also mean that it's vegan as well. Because some vegetarians, like I'm pescatarian, so animal byproduct is not an issue for me. But if you are vegan, anything with animal, anything, bone char. I know they use bone char to make white sugar somehow. And so anything that has any type of, anything related to an animal, whether it's juice, the skin, anything, vegans just don't do. And so the whole time I thought these were vegan sausage, but they're only vegetarian. Yeah, it says vegetarian. Oh, you know what? I'm wrong. See, I knew I got that from somewhere. Look at me spreading bad information. It says vegetarian here, but then it says vegan on top. So I'm good. So vegetarian and vegan. So I am, this is what they look like. And you just cut the plastic casing, because it's not the kind of casing that you can eat on regular sausage. This is literally plastic. It might be some version of plastic, I don't know. But I'm gonna cut the casing off and cut those up. And I have smoked apple sage, and these are made by Field Roast. And again, because I don't eat meat, I'll be adding those to my seafood boil. So right now, just really quick, I'm gonna grab some paper towel and devein the other side of the shrimp. I bought these shrimp from Whole Foods, so they are already peeled and deveined. There's a vein underneath that I know it doesn't hurt you, but I don't like it, so I'm taking it off. And I know it takes me extra time to do this, and people might say, why buy shrimp that are already peeled and deveined if you're gonna go in and re-devein them? Because I want to. That's why. I just don't like it. I don't like the way it looks, and I'm taking it off. So I'm just gonna go here, cut down, and remove it, Now there's more under the tail, but since we're not eating that part under the tail, I'm usually only leaving the tail on for us as we're eating it to grab and bite. So I just usually just take a paper towel and let it fall on the paper towel. Pretty much it. Now if I was cutting the tail off, I would cut the tail off and get the rest out of the tail too. But since we're not even going to eat that part, I'm just going to do that. Someone said you can use a fork, or I think I've seen a video, you can use a fork to devein these. I've never done that. Have you guys tried that before? Because I haven't. Yeah, so I'm going to go through, get all these. The shrimp are usually the last thing that you, well, the sausage, if I was cooking regular sausage and not vegan or vegetarian sausage, those would be in there cooking with everything else. But I'm going to add those last, since they're vegan sausage, they're a little bit more delicate. I'm going to add them in even after I do the shrimp. So right now I'm just deveining the other side of the shrimp, and then I'm going to toss the shrimp in. And then the only thing I got left to do is my cornbread, which is not going to take long. When you're cooking, the hardest part for me is not cooking, it's prep. Because look at how long I've been prepping. Now this is a pretty big meal, so it takes a lot of prep time. But literally, I've been on this live for a long time. So it has taken me almost 2 hours to prep this meal. Now I could have prepped it off camera and just started cooking, but I really want you guys to see from beginning to end what I do when I'm cooking. I usually don't cook this big of meals, but I just wanted a seafood feast. We are accustomed to eating a little bit late in this house, so us eating at 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock is no issue. So it's 5:30 now. I figure we only got maybe about, you think 45 minutes, maybe an hour left to do everything to the end. That's with the cornbread. So the cornbread I'm making is going to be a Creole style, Cajun Creole style type cornbread. And I just wanted a cornbread muffin with my seafood. Excuse me, with my seafood. So that's what I'm going to do. But if you think about it, if I would have just got on like 20 minutes ago, it wouldn't have been this long of a video. So I'm sure people are jumping on and off and coming back. But I'm enjoying myself. I'm just relaxed and cooking. I'm used to being on my feet when I'm cooking, so it doesn't bother me. Sometimes if I get really lazy, I have a bar stool that's on the other side of this counter that I can sit on, but I'm doing just fine. Just fine. No, I didn't take my potatoes out. I left them whole just because I wanted to I wanted to be able to cook them a while. And so since they still have the skin on them, I left them in. Let me show you. Oh man, it's smelling and looking good. Grab a potato. Let me see, hold on. Not done. I don't know if you can see this, but you see the middle is still not done. Yeah, not done. So let me put this back here. Not done. I'll just toss that. If you can taste the seasoning in it, tasting good. Everything's looking and tasting real good. But the potatoes and the corn has been in there the longest. And everything's looking mighty good, smelling good, looking good. Just gonna rotate my crab leg a little bit. Bring the ones on the bottom on top, and the top ones to the bottom. Smelling and looking delicious. Yummy, yummy. I can't wait to plate this food. I don't know why I get so excited about plating food. It's the weirdest thing. I enjoy plating and taking pictures of it. I just love pretty food, cute food. Yeah, so that's what I was saying, Nicole, about the potatoes. I don't want them mushy, and I feel like if I would have bought the regular size red potatoes, because they're kind of big or medium size, I would have to literally cut them either in halves or in quarters. And when you put them in there, they tend to get mushy, and I don't want that mush in my crab roll. So that's why I left the skin all the way on them, all the way around, so that I can cook them for a good length of time and let the juices get in there and them not be mushy. So I left the skin completely on all the potatoes. But you're exactly right, they will get mushy. So I'm almost done. I only got a half, I don't know if this is a quarter pound or half a pound of shrimp. I didn't get very much. No, it's a half a pound. I got a half a pound of shrimp. Everyone doesn't eat or care too much for the shrimp, but I just feel like it's not a seafood boil without shrimp, so that's why I'm adding them. And I'm going to add those next. And do my cornbread. That's the last thing to do, and I'll be able to plate. You guys can see it. I do need to taste the juice in the boil now, so I can make sure that all the seasonings are on point. Visually, it looks good, but I want to make sure it tastes great. And it smells so good in here. I got my back door open, so I know my neighbors is smelling the aroma. Don't come knocking on my door. I don't know that man. I'm sorry, I don't know that man. Ain't that what Kiki Palmer said? I don't know that man. I have never seen that man. Don't come knocking on my door, because you ain't getting nothing. But let me rinse off these shrimp and drop them in. It is boiling. Come to a boil. Smelling good, looking good. Oh, I should have tried the juice before I put the raw shrimp in. Too late. I'm going to have to wait until the shrimp cooks down before I taste it. Well. Oh well. Get them down in there. They're going to cook pretty quick. Get that on. And I'm going to go ahead and cut up my sausage. Now, on these vegan sausage, it's got the chipotle. I don't know if you can see it on my knife. I have to scrub my cutting board after I clean these, literally. Because whatever this sauce is that they use in here to make that chipotle-ness of it, it just tarnishes my board every time. Anybody got any suggestions? Oh, y'all have the same pot? You talking about the one I'm cooking the seafood in, Nicole? I got that from, it's a 21 quart pot I got from Walmart for about 20 bucks. It's a little over 20 bucks. Less than 25, but more than 20. I can't remember the exact price. Uh-oh. See how delicate these sausages? I almost just ripped it. Just taking the casing off. You don't need it. I hope this water not driving y'all insane. I don't know why I have the water running all the time when I'm cooking. Yeah, what do you cook in that pot? Because this is my first time using it, and I just needed a big pot. Casing off of here. This is literally the last thing that I need for the actual seafood boil. See, look at my hands. Look. That's from, look at the casing. It's ridiculous. But it's good. So it's worth it. So just after this, oh, I just ripped it. After this, I need to put the cornbread in the oven and make my sauce, and that is it. I'm thinking if I'm gonna jump off and do all that and jump back on, or if you guys are wanting to still see, I'll keep going. What y'all think? Think I should jump off and come back after that's done? What you think? What you think? So y'all still with me. Look at my board. What a shame. This is my little, I don't know what this is called. I love these things. It keeps the soap in the inside. You just push this to release the soap. Oh, my board didn't get too bad today. Probably because I was extra careful not to. Smells good. All right. You guys, just coming on, let me show you the sausage again. This is a vegan sausage. It is the smoked apple sage. And the Chipotle Mexican field roast. Cut up my sausage. So I just take the sausage and I cut it like this. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of long ways. And I don't know why I just don't cut it straight down, but it just looks cute. All about the presentation. So just cutting through it. And I'm gonna brown them over in that pot, the short pot. And I'll add these literally after they're done cooking, because these are vegan sausage. They're really delicate and I don't want them to get mushed or anything like that. So just cutting those up. For the new year, I think I may go into meal prepping. I know there's some great cooks and things out there, and I just kind of do it for fun. But the food actually really tastes good that I make. So it's almost like, why not? You know, why not? Why not? But if I do the meal prep, I'm not going to cook any meat. It's going to be vegetarian and pescatarian related, not vegan. That's too restrictive. But anyone who is interested in meal prep without meat, seafood, vegan options, is what my angle is going to be. Because if I cook you beef or chicken or turkey, I can't taste it. So how do you know it's good if I can't taste it to know what I'm cooking? So if I can't sample it and know that what I'm delivering is the best product, then I'm not going to do it. And I think that's wise, right? It's like, why would you cook something for someone that you don't even eat? Like, that's, to me, that's like, it doesn't make sense. So to be vegan and pescatarian, so fish, you know, seafood, vegetables. So on this vegan shrimp, the vegan sausage, I usually just put a little olive oil in there and a little seasoning. This stuff already has seasoning on it, so I don't want to overpower it with my stuff, so I'll usually just add like Mrs. Dash parsley or something like that. Everything smells amazing in here. I'm getting excited to plate this food. And let me get my sausage going. Yep, looking good. So I'm just going to get a little olive oil. I use extra light tasting olive oil by Snooks. That's what I do. Just enough to coat the pan. That's it. I didn't know my light was out up here before I started cooking or prepping to cook. So I'll just show you. So you can see here. It's just enough to coat the pan so it doesn't stick. I don't like greasy food, so this will allow me to cook it without. So I'm just adding it. Sometimes I wait for the skillet to get hot, but I got other stuff I need to be doing, so I'm just gonna put it all in here instead of waiting for the skillet to heat up. And I mix them. I don't usually separate them, but I kind of try to keep either a single layer or just a second layer. I don't want them bunched up like that. So I try to get them as flat, so I use this wider pan when I'm cooking the vegan sausage. So that's what it looks like in the pan. And clean this board. Let me move this up away. I have to clean as I go, because if not, after I finish cooking, I'm tired and I just want to eat and just chill. So if I'm not wiping everything down as I go, it's all bad in my household. Because I'll get lazy and say, I'm going to leave that there until the next day. And that's just not good to go to sleep. When I was growing up, you couldn't leave dishes in the sink. It was like, if you go to bed, when you go to bed, it better not be nothing on the table, nothing in the sink. Literally, we used to have to make sure there is no food left out, everything put away before we go to bed. That's how my mom did it. And I try my best to do it here. But that don't always happen. Okay, I have to stop and tell y'all. When I tell you this seafood smell bomb, it smell like, I can't even say Red Lobster, because I guarantee, I'm 100% positive this is going to taste better than Red Lobster. I'm willing to put money on it, and I don't gamble. It smells so good up in here. I would say slap your mama, but my mama might be watching. So, it smells delicious in here. Oh my God. The aroma, I can't even take it. It's that good. Oh, yes. Yes, honey. Yes. If you can see this, you will understand. Just trying to get it. I don't want to put no more water in here, but I'm just mixing everything up. Let it boil. Let me check my potatoes. My cousin on live, she's concerned about my potatoes, y'all. Let me see, get some more obey. Just adding a little bit more obey, only because I feel like the potatoes and corn or something has sucked up the seasoning. And I'm just pretty sure just by looking at it, I'm not measuring, I know that. And I know if you put too much obey, it's gonna taste too much seafoody, I know. But I got this, I promise you. I just want to add a little more, because I can tell based on the color. Let me check my potatoes. Yep, I'm almost there. I would say not much longer at all. All right, so back to the sausage. Anybody got any questions? Oh, my mama is watching? Yeah, see, if I would have said slap your mama, then she would have been calling me, asking me, what am I talking about, who you gonna slap, you know. I'm not gonna be, let's see how to say this politically correct. You know, older people, they don't get some of the stuff we say. So if I say slap your mama, makes me want to slap my mama. She might think that I really mean that, and she'll call and start fussing. So, I'm telling you, I don't know what they read. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna shut up. Let me tell you what I just put on here. So this is the vegan sausage. I put the garlic and herb, Mrs. Dash, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of the, you know what? I was gonna put Caribbean jerk, but I forgot I have this chipotle in here. It's gonna be too hot. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna save the little bit of lemon pepper I got left. I wish I had more. And do a little parsley. So far I just put parsley, Mrs. Dash, and did I use paprika? Ooh. Oh, Mrs. Dash and parsley. I'm gonna put a little paprika in here, and then I'm gonna get some garlic powder that I'm gonna add. This is the vegan sausage. And the reason I'm not boiling it in here, I don't want it to get mushy. It's firm, but it's not real beef or real pork. It's vegetarian based meat. So I'm gonna just grill it on both sides and add it last. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if y'all can see. That's what it looks like. And literally there's nothing left to do besides cornbread. And I guess I better get started. I'm grabbing something to put the cornbread in. Alright. I'll just use this Corningware to mix in. And I love Jiffy. So what? I'm not making cornbread from scratch. I don't make cornbread from scratch. My to-go-to is Jiffy. I love it. My grandmother will be disappointed right now because she's an advocate of making cornbread from scratch. I'm new school and use Jiffy. But I got a little twist to this because I'm doing the Creole cornbread, Cajun cornbread, and I'm going to add in cream style corn, jalapenos, cheddar cheese, maybe a little onion, and what else I got over there? Oh, green onion. So green onion, yellow onion, jalapenos, cheddar cheese, and a little bit of Cajun seasoning. I'm gonna go ahead and do 3 cornbread just because I got so much seafood, and if I am gonna give a plate away, I'm gonna make sure I have enough cornbread. I would tell Destiny to swing by, but she don't even eat seafood. My vegan Facebook friend. But she look good going vegan. She look good. All right, let me get something to mix this up with. And because I make Jiffy so much, I know exactly what goes over here. 1/3 cup of milk for each box and 1 egg for each. Cook on 400 eggs. Now, casualties of things that fell out the refrigerator. Good thing they are all wrapped, but I'll put them here so I can wash them off later. Okay, what I was going to say about the shrimp. I know with the shrimp, you guys are wondering why I deveined them after they were already deveined, and that second vein does not hurt. It's okay to eat it. I wanted to do that because that's what I like doing. And with my eggs, I actually go in and clean my eggs off too. So, if you guys wonder what I be doing, this literally be it. I be on the petty train up in this kitchen, y'all. Petty train. Because I'm going to get me a spoon. Show y'all how much of a pro I am at this. It's not necessary, but I do. So I crack my egg. And I usually cut this off. Do y'all do this? Can y'all tell me if y'all do this? I don't know where I got that from. It might just be all in my head, but I don't like it. Let me know if you do this to your eggs or if I'm just being too petty. Huh? Am I being too petty? Please let me know. That's what I do. That's what I do. Oh, why is my camera not showing you this side? Can y'all see me? Are y'all seeing what I'm doing? Because I'm looking at my playback and something happened from when I moved my camera. Can y'all see me? Nope. Let me switch. When I moved my camera, I didn't even realize y'all couldn't see me. Let me see. It's a little bit of a delay on here. Let's see. Okay, good. But do y'all eggs like that, or is it me just being petty? Can you let me know if I'm petty or not? Because 2 people done told, well, at least 3 people done told me I was petty. But I ain't gonna change, so I just want to know. So I'm literally just taking this off. Am I wasting egg? Probably. Do I care? No, not at all. Okay. Got 1 more egg to go. Nobody's, oh, so Miss Johnson, are you telling me I'm being petty? Okay. Oh, you can see it now. Yeah. Okay, I'm being petty. I can do that. I can do that, right? My kitchen, my pettiness. Oh, yes, I am petty. I can't stand it. I do it all the time. Yep. Sometimes the other end, you can't even really see it, so I leave it like on that last one I did, but this one is coming off. All right. I feel like I would need this for something. Turn the heat up on my vegan sausage. So the vegan sausage, I'm just trying to get it brown on each side. Let me grab the milk. So I just need 1/3 cup for all 3 boxes. So 1. Oh, but you know what? I'm only gonna do 2 because I got this corn I need to put over there. So I just used 2 for 1/3 cups of milk because I got a can of cream corn that I'm gonna put in here. So I don't want it too runny. I had a can opener. Where art thou, can opener? Woo! Hot up in here. Let me rotate my my crab leg. Turn this down a little bit. Little piece of the potato. Perfect. That was really good. Woo, that was good. I don't need to add no more seasoning. That tastes amazing. My vegan sausage. Just trying to get it brown. Let me see if you can see what I'm trying to do with this thing. See how I'm trying to get it brown on both sides? That's what I'm going for. Shoot this cornbread. Oh, can opener. I may not even use the whole can. So I tried to Google some ways to make this cornbread that I envisioned in my head, and I came up with so many different things. So not following one particular recipe, I'm just adding this and adding that. So I'm put maybe half. I'll start with half the corn. So I've got 2 eggs. I put a 1/3 cup of milk in here twice, and then I put a half a can of cream style corn. This is Jiffy Mix. I love Jiffy cornbread. I hope y'all don't think I like sweet food because I put that a little bit of brown sugar in the crab. It just gives a little bit of a unique taste to it. It doesn't taste sweet at all. It's really good actually when you do your crab legs. So that's my little secret. Smelling good? Y'all, this is about to be lit. Oh, yes, honey. Put my oven on 400. Perfect. Just mixing the cornbread up really good. I love this spoon because it's got that sharp edge a little bit, so you can really get around the bowl or whatever you're doing. It kind of swipes off the side so you can get everything mixed in. Whereas if you're using a regular spoon, it doesn't get all of that. So this is the consistency of it. Okay. And I'm going to add my jalapenos I need to cut up. Grab another cutting board. Grab this little one. That smells so good. The vegan sausage is the deal. Literally the deal. So we're cutting up jalapenos. Let's get it inside out. You like spicy food? I like spice. I like more seasoning than spice or hot or heat. So I can take a little kick, but like hot food, no. No. That's why I'm a wimp. I use the jalapenos. I don't go with all them other peppers. See, look at this knife. Almost cutting. I need to go buy my own set of knives because these knives here, ooh, child, they will cut your soul. So I'm adding jalapenos to my cornbread. So I'm over here dicing them up. Not chunks, I'm going to do little pieces. And I've got 2 jalapenos. I washed off 3, but I don't think I'm going to use that many. Just dicing them up. I made something similar to this before, but I never added like the Caribbean seasoning to it or green onions. I just used the jalapeno and the cheddar. They turned out really good. So reason, just chopping them up. I think they're thin enough. Let me check my sausage. A few more minutes on those. Add my jalapenos. Give me some onion. Anybody have any questions? So this is my live all day. You know, when you cook soul food or big meals like this, it takes a long time to cook it. And so I'm just on here cooking. So just imagine somebody preparing your Thanksgiving meal on live. That's why it takes us so long, because this is what goes into cooking. Now, I don't cook big meals like this all the time. The little stuff that I make, that salmon, I cook on the electric grill. It doesn't take long for that. I'm just going to add a little bit of onion. I cut too much. I only use about half of the onion I just cut. Let's see. Because I got some green onion I want to put in there. Chopping those up, putting those in. I don't need the rest of this corn. Well, you know what? Let me add a little bit more corn. Just a little bit. Put my eggs away. I'm done with them. Alrighty, the last thing is going to be the mukbang sauce. Mukbang, I hope I'm saying it right. Hey, Miss, I'm married now. I'm a wife. Where's my babies at? Where are the twins? Where are the girls? How's it going? I'm making a Caribbean style, Mardi Gras style, I guess that's what they call it, cornbread. So I've got jalapenos, egg, milk, green onion, regular onion, and I'm getting ready to toss some cheddar Monterey Jack cheese. Put that in, mix that up. And these are going to be cornbread muffins. Ooh, let me check my vegan sausage. Yep, perfect. See if you can see this. Got a little bit of brown to it. That's what I wanted. So that's done. Got my cheese in there. And I'm actually gonna put it in these little cornbread muffins. Let me check my seafood. I haven't checked it in a while. Oh, that's cool. It came with the little cups. I turned my seafood down just a little bit just because everything pretty much is done in here. Yeah, everything is pretty much done. Yeah, potatoes look done. Oh, let me check the lobster. Let's see what that's looking like. Oh, yeah. what the lobster's looking like. It's done. See that? Looks good. Woo, almost lost you. And I'll bring the thing over, the camera over so you can see that. Let me get this cornbread in the oven real quick. And then I'll make up my mukbang sauce. I'll show you what this cornbread is looking like. Alright, so for the cornbread, it's not going to be a Creole or anything without a little spice. So I have some Caribbean jerk spice that I'm going to add in it, in the cornbread, just to give it a little color. It's already got jalapenos in there, so it don't need to be that hot. Give it a little Caribbean vibe to it with the flavor. Okay, that's looking good. And I feel like I should add some paprika, some smoked paprika. So I'm gonna add a little smoked paprika too. Again, this is my cornbread. This is a Creole style cornbread muffin that I'm gonna make to go with our seafood, potatoes and corn. So, oh, that smells good. Not a recipe that I'm following, just playing it by ear. Just kind of like when I cook, I basically, whatever I have a taste for, that's what I make, literally. So it's not like I'm just like, oh, let me follow a recipe. I just, whatever I think is gonna be good. So I've got these little pans. I don't need to wash them out because I'm going to line them with these. And I've got my oven on. After I put this cornbread in, I'm gonna make my sauce and we're done. Literally, when the cornbread get out of the oven, I should be ready to plate everything. Thank you all for joining and those that stayed on. I know this has been a long video, but I literally did everything from scratch so that you can see. It is New Year's. Some have to work tomorrow, so I'm sure you're probably laying in bed by now or at least chilling with your feet up. I don't go back to work until Monday. I took off tomorrow and Friday. I actually, oh, should I tell y'all? Okay, so those of you who don't know, I used to be a real estate agent. I wasn't a real estate agent for very long because I was working for one particular bank who also owned a title company, and they felt like me being a realtor was a conflict of interest. So they made me put my license on hold, and I never reactivated it, so I went back to school. I'm out of real estate school, and now I have to go take my exam. So that's what I'll be doing on Friday. Now I just put pressure on myself by letting y'all know that, so I gotta pass. So if I don't come on here Friday saying I passed, don't inbox me. Don't call me unless you want to tell me I'm so sorry. But I literally didn't remember a lot of the stuff from when I went to real estate school before. I didn't remember all of the information. So I'm glad that I had to take that class. What is going on? That's not working. I'm glad that I had to take that class over, because now when I go and assist people, I really know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to spoon in a couple spoonfuls into the tray for the cornbread. Again, I've got jalapenos, onion, cheddar cheese, well, cheddar and Monterey Jack cheese, green onions, and a can of cream style corn. And I'm making a Mardi Gras Creole style corn muffin to eat with the seafood. I just feel like that would really complement the seafood bowl. I know some people use like garlic bread and things of that nature, but I don't know, this is what I envisioned, so that's what I'm cooking. I wish I had some taste testers. Come taste my food. But everybody probably ready for bed. Ain't nobody fooling with me, right? I'm on my own. Y'all probably wonder who I'm cooking all of this food for. I just wanted a seafood boil. It's gonna be good. Let's fill these up. I know with that oven on, it's getting hot in here now. It wasn't hot at first. That oven is on 400. It's in here. Got it kicking. Got the back door open. It was a breeze, but that breeze is gone. So just filling these cornbread muffins up. Oh, I lost it. Casualty. Spoon fell in the cornbread. I got my seafood. It's pretty much done. We can eat it now, but I'm gonna wait until the cornbread gets done, and then I'm gonna show you guys what everything looks like. But I've got it now on, it's electric stove, so it's in between the 3 and the 4. So it's more like slow cooking, just to keep it kind of warm, but it is pretty much done. The potatoes are soft, the corn looks good, the seasoning is just right. I'm about to literally put these cornbread muffins in the oven and make my sauce, and we are done. So don't think that this is how I cook every day and that it takes this long. It's just based on the type of meal that I'm cooking today. It literally took more time to prep than it did to actually cook. With all that seafood and washing things off, cutting things up, deveining the shrimp, I mean, that is work. So anyone who works in the food industry, owns a restaurant, works in a restaurant, patronizes the restaurant, you know what I mean. So I commend you. My father has a restaurant in Columbia Heights, Minnesota. And so my son tells me that's why I love cooking so much. I don't know. Could be. Because it might be in the blood. And I just grew up watching my grandmother in the kitchen cooking, my mom, especially my sister. I remember when we were younger, well, before, she was a teenager, she's older, she went to culinary school. A lot of people don't know that about her, so I'm telling her business right now. But she did a cooking class, I remember. She used to come home and try her recipes. And I remember the first time I had pizza from scratch, she made the pizza dough and made us pizzas from scratch. And I just thought that was so cool that she did that. And then, all right, I think that's it. So I'm gonna line these up in the oven, get started on my sauce. You know, that sauce ain't gonna take much to do. Because I've never made a mukbang sauce, I'm just gonna play it by ear. I don't have any rhyme or reason to what I'm doing with the sauce. I just know what I think is gonna taste good and what looks good. So let me get these in the oven. Woo. Put a little more in this one. So I'll leave those in for about 12-15 minutes. I don't need the rest of this cornbread mix. I'm just going to toss it. I know that's wasteful, but I'm not going to be making the rest of those. We've got enough. We've got a lot of cornbread. So rinse these out and start my sauce, and we're coming to an end. I just can't wait to plate it. So normally, y'all just see me plating the food, and then I show a little video, a little 1-minute clip of me cooking. But, yep. This is what goes into cooking. A lot of hard work. It's not easy. Not easy at all. But I love doing it. I just like to see when I'm done with the food, and I'm shocked, not shocked, but I'm amazed that it tastes good, it looks good, and I love that part of it. Did the lights just flicker, y'all, when I did that? Maintenance, we got an issue. Just cleaning out the sink here real quick. Anything good on TV tonight? I haven't even turned on the TV at all today, I don't think. Anything come on tonight? That's good. Yeah, it smells amazing in here. Absolutely amazing. All right, I'm ready to do my sauce. Let's see. Oh. You be my taste tester. You are so far away. And it is too cold in Minnesota for me to move there. Let's see, anybody got any questions? Oh, you waiting to see my sauce. Let me get started. let me get started. Sauce. Okay. What am I gonna put it in? You see how the cat is playing. I just knew I wanted to go live and cook. Let me find something to put this sauce in. Actually, I'll use my Old Faithful. I don't know how long I had this pot, but it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Let me get the job done. It's my little sauce pot. Need to put some more soap in my little dish thing. I know y'all probably like, she just got the pot out the thing. Why is she washing it? I don't know. Just do. Okay, so sauce. Let's get started. This is the last. We're coming to an end of the sauce. Seafood. That's just kind of simmering, so we good there. Now, I got this Louisiana Craving Cajun seafood sauce, and it's sweet and spicy. This is what it looks like. Okay. So I'm gonna make this and doctor it up, and then I'm gonna use the butter sauce I normally make, and I'm gonna combine them. That's the goal. So let me see. Ooh, smells good. So I'm gonna use the whole bottle of this, so you can see what it looks like. Okay. What I envision going in here. Okay. Let's try a little Obey. Just a little bit. I don't know why, but I feel like Worcestershire sauce would taste good in there. So I'm gonna open this up. So the Lee and Perrins version, this is what I normally use, just because it's so good. Ooh, so good. Put a little bit of that in there. I've never made this sauce before, but I just got a feeling it's gonna be good. Okay. And I'm gonna put a little bit of this Caribbean jerk in there. Give it a little kick. Okay. I'm also gonna add a little minced garlic in there. Maybe just do 2 heats in there. And stir that up. So this is what it's looking like so far. I'm gonna put paprika, smoked paprika. Smells good. Mrs. Dash. I don't cook with salt, so I like to doctor it up with all these other herbs. You know what? I'm going to use this parsley, but I got some other herbs I want to use. Where did they go? Okay, give me 1 second. I'm trying to find them. In this pantry, trying to So these are crushed red flakes. So the mukbang sauce is supposed to be spicy, so I'm gonna add just a little bit of that. I'm gonna add a little bit of oregano and then a little bit of basil. Oh, this is Italian. I'll add this too, but I need to get the basil. Oh, there you go. Basil leaves. Because I don't cook with salt, I have to use a lot of herbs and stuff. That's why you see me putting all of these herbs in there. It's not a lot of seasoning. It's not gonna cause your blood pressure to go high. I wish I can grow my own herbs, the basil and oregano and all of that stuff and put that in there myself, but I just buy the dried kind in the little packages. So let me taste this sauce. See what it's tasting like. It's hot. It's hot. The flavor is good, but it needs garlic and butter. So, let me do that, and it needs lemon. Any questions? Okay, no questions about the sauce yet. Just using some lemon in here. Oops. Getting it everywhere. Getting out the pork. Try it again. That's good. That's good. It was the lemon it was missing. That's really good. Okay, so I got that. I'm gonna set this aside, and I'm gonna make the butter sauce I normally make, and I'm gonna combine the two together. So I'm just gonna melt this butter. Just got a whole stick of regular butter. And then I'm gonna use a half a stick from earlier I didn't use. Let me microwave it for a second. Cornbread looking good. We are coming to a close. I'll use these for presentation. Let's see if I can find something to put on. So these are all the things here I use to do presentation. I've got 2 limes, a lemon, green onions, a jalapeno, and 2 cloves of garlic. I'll use that for presentation. I'll show you when I plate it. I'll show you what I mean by presentation. I don't need any more olive oil. And my butter sauce. Now, I normally heat my butter sauce on the stove, And that's what we use to dip our crab leg in. But because I'm combining it with that other mukbang type of sauce, I am going to do it in the bowl and then pour it over in there. So what I normally do is I use a lemon for flavor and garlic powder, Mrs. Dash. And I know it looks like I'm using a lot of seasoning. I'm really not. All of this seasoning is more like herb type seasoning. I don't use any additional salt in anything. So I got that. A little bit of garlic. And normally I put this in a pot and I'm cooking it in a pot. And then a little lemon pepper and parsley. This is lemon pepper. A little parsley. And I always use a little bit of Parmesan. It just tastes good with the garlic sauce. I know a lot of people like to skim off the top of the butter, but it's cool. Oh, little homie done got out. Y'all don't want to see little homie. It's my puppy Dolce. He's locked up while I'm cooking, so he's not in here while I'm cooking. But all right, I hate to just taste this butter. Let me get a potato or something to try it with. Or I'll get a crawfish. Ooh, this smells so good. Here, I get a crawfish. Because you're going to need something to taste it with. There's my little crawfish. It's so cute. Pop the head off. It's so hot. I can barely touch it with my hands. Let's try it. I'm just breaking the shell off the crawfish. And I'm going to use that for the butter sauce. Let's see. Ooh, hot. Get another fork. Let's see what it do. Need more lemon pepper and more Mrs. Dash. Let me taste it now. Perfect. That's what's up. I've got the scabby. So I'm putting I've already did the mukbang sauce. I'm putting the scampi in there, the scampi package in there now. I got 2 of them. I use 1.5. Butter. I'll show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. And do one last taste test. A little bit less. perfect. All right. As soon as the cornbread muffins get ready, it's time to eat. Put everything away. So again, Happy New Year, everyone. Everyone who stayed on with me while I did this enormously long prep and cooking. It smells so good. It's gonna be good. I'm waiting on my sauce and my cornbread. My cornbread is almost done. And I'll plate everything up for you. Save my half a lemon. Just clean it up a little bit so I can start plating. Off my countertop. Adding my sausage, last thing I need to do. In the sausage and the juice. I can start plating. Just waiting on the cornbread and the sauce to get done. The sauce is simmering now. It doesn't really need to cook. It just needs to warm. And that's it. Hey, buddy, are you supposed to be in here while I'm cooking? I don't think so. Can you come get your people? You want to go in your cage? You want to go in your house? You want to go in the room? Jingle bells got you. It's almost done. Just waiting on the cornbread. We probably got like literally a few minutes, and that's it. It's a long line, ain't it? Literally maybe 3 minutes and that cornbread is done. So, any questions? I'm pretty much about to plate, and that's it. It's a wrap. You doing one this weekend, Felicia? I can't wait to see it. You have to post pictures. So I'm just waiting right now for the cornbread muffins to get done. And my sauce is heating up, and that's literally it. Am I supposed to say deuces now? Is it a wrap? Or do you want to see me plate? Let me know if you want me to come back after it's plated or if you want to see me plate. If I can get like 3-4 people to tell me what they need me to do. Because we've been on here for a while. So do you want to watch me plate it? How in person? Oh, I know, I am a picky eater. I still am. Oh, you want to see me eat it? Oh, you want me to do like a straight up mukbang? I need more than one person to do a mukbang. Somebody said they want to see me eat it. Okay, so I played it. I've literally been on here for like maybe 3 hours, 4 hours. See, it's 6:30. We've been on here for 3 hours. I done clean crab, cut up lobster, everything. So literally, this is a 3-hour video going into 3.5. Okay, so I'll play it. I'm just waiting. The only thing I'm waiting on now is the cornbread and the sauce. So as soon as the cornbread get done and the sauce is done, so I'm just gonna say the cornbread. So just heating this up. Let me show y'all what this sauce is looking like. This is my mukbang sauce, y'all. That's the consistency. Let me taste it again. I usually buy the assorted, but I only got forks this time. I usually use the spoons, the plastic spoons, because as I'm cooking, I want to taste the food and I don't want to reuse my spoon. So I'll buy these great value spoons, or the assortment and grab the spoons out. And so each time I'm tasting the food, I can just throw the spoon away. So that's what this is for. It's good, y'all. It's good. It's good. I'm thinking about making it a little bit, kicking it up a little bit with some heat. Yeah. I'm gonna add a little bit of heat to it. Because the flavor is perfect. It's not as spicy as I thought it was. I think when I added the butter sauce, it toned down that spice. So I'm going to add some more of this Caribbean jerk to it. So I added that. I don't think anything else should be added to it. Let me stir it. I'll just get a couple out this time. A little more is in there. Ooh, I can, like the garlic, when I crunch down on that garlic, it's just almost like a little mini explosion in my mouth, like literally with all of those flavors. That sauce is banging. It's good. Just trying to get it a little bit hotter, get some heat to it. I guess I can put some more. Oh, you know what? I got some not crushed red, cayenne. I'll put some cayenne pepper in it. That's what I'll do. I know I got some in here somewhere. I need some organization up in here. But I got, oh, here we go. Cayenne pepper. This is what's going to get it where I need it to be. Let's retaste it. Perfect. I need to add nothing else. Very good. Very, 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 very good. Okay. I said 3 minutes, maybe 2. Maybe 2 more minutes. It looks good. Any questions? Yeah, so, sorry. When I get it on the plate, I'm gonna put a little bit of, sprinkle a little bit of Old Bay seasoning and some melted butter on top. And then my plate, I don't really want the mukbang sauce poured on mine, but whoever else is eating, they can incorporate it. I just like basic stuff. I don't need a whole bunch of sauce. I don't like it like a whole bunch of sauce down stuff. So I think what I'm gonna do is, when it comes out, I'll sprinkle a little Old Bay seasoning just for presentation and a little butter so it makes it shine. And the reason I do that is because when you take pictures of your food, it looks luscious when they can see. So even though I cooked it in all of that seasoning, when you cook it in the seasoning and you bring it out, you don't really see that. So for presentation purposes only, I'm gonna add a little bit of Old Bay seasoning and a little bit of melted butter just to give it a shine or to glisten or to, you know, look really good. But it doesn't really need any more seasoning. It tastes perfect the way it is. So my sauce is done. I'm gonna take that off the heat. This is what it looks like. Mukbang. This is what it looks like. So I combined that mukbang along with the butter sauce I normally make, and that's it. So cooking the food didn't take long at all. It was the prep time. Like, it literally took me 2.5 hours just to prep the food. But the cooking time is nothing because I can just like put it in the pot and walk away. But again, I want to show y'all the presentation. And since you guys told me you wanted to see me plate and eat, I'm going to do that. So just waiting on this cornbread. And it is done. Woo. Now, I put all my other mitts and everything in the laundry room. And now I need them. I didn't finish washing them. I'm about to get ghetto with it. I'll show you in a second. All right, we done. About to plate it up. I'm gonna actually bring the pot over so y'all can see it. Yeah. Trying to find something to put underneath it, so here, use these. Voila! Can you see it? Let's see if you can see. I'm waiting. I have a delay, so I can't see if you see it or not. But everything's in here. I don't know. Let's try this. Can you see? What y'all think? What y'all think? lobster. I'm gonna have to take the camera down so y'all can see how All right, any questions? Any questions? Just seafood in here. It's that presentation. See, now it don't look like nothing, but watch until I plate it, which I'm about to do right now. I got the crawfish in here, everything in here. So I'm about to plate it. Get a good look. All right. So, if you're on my Facebook channel and you see my pictures, I spend a little bit of time plating just so I can make it look beautiful. So here are my cornbread muffins. I'm gonna rub some butter on them. I use margarine. And I usually just take it basically from the stick and then I'll cut the end of the stick off. And just put a little butter on. That's pretty much how I do my cornbread. And with that little bit of butter on there, it'll look good on the when I take pictures of it. It won't look so dull. So just a few tricks when you're plating your food if you're presenting it online. That's it. I just do it like that. And then I'll just cut this part off and put it back in the refrigerator. So, a little butter for presentation, and where my obey is. Obey. Paprika. And parsley. I'm just using these for presentation, so I got some parsley, some obey, and a little paprika. And, oh, I need flakes. Where are you? Hold on, here I come. Trying to find my crushed red. Oh, and crushed red. Almost done, about to plate it. I'm just plating now, y'all. Oh, you can't see me. Let me put it back. Put the camera back. Okay. That should do it. I'm just gonna melt some butter that was going to be easy. This is not margarine. Butter is not going to just let you break it in half like that. Margarine is more softer, so. I'm using this for presentation. I'm going to use a brush to put over and maybe pour over. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, let me start plating. I got these from Big Snooks for like $1.99. You can see all of this. And put those in there last. Let me get some corn and potatoes. So right now I'm just plating everything, getting it on here. Sausage, lobster tails, get some crawfish on there. Trying to get to my potatoes. Here they go. Potatoes. Everything looking good so far. I'm going to bring it over as soon as I get everything that I want on here. Casualty, one fail. Alright, I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Oh, shrimp. I didn't put that many shrimp in here, so let's see if I can catch some of them. Oh, here's a few. Can y'all see? Get another lobster. So far, what y'all think? thinking? So before I put the seasoning on here, you could, if you've been with me for most of the video, you've seen all of the seasoning that I put on here. But if you look at it, you can't really see the seasoning. So what I like to do is, just to kind of showcase that it does have seasoning, is just add just a little for presentation. It's just for presentation. And then let's try a little paprika. See how it looks just a little bit better? Like a little barbecue brush. I don't know what happened to it. So I can't use that. All right, what are your thoughts so far? Huh? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? So it's a little bit of a delay on my thing, so I can't taste. Anybody out there got any questions? Any questions? Anybody? So I've got these lemons that I'm doing just for presentation. Those, and then I'm going to do the garlic. So I'm just working on my presentation now. And then it'll be time to eat. How's it looking so far, y'all? Mukbang sauce. I know I got quiet while I'm plating. I be taking it serious, y'all. I gotta concentrate. Whoa. Casualty. Casualty. What y'all thinking so far? Almost done. I'm just adding some Old Bay to my presentation. Garlic and lemon, just so it'll give it a little char. I'm trying to get a char on it. All right, everybody good? Do it look good? What y'all think so far? That's it. Now let me make me a little plate so I can actually eat it. Just making me a little plate so I can tell y'all how it actually tastes. The shrimp. My plate, I'm getting ready to test my scissors. I don't see them, so I'll open up a new pair. So that's what I meant by presentation. All right, everybody, we have come to an end, and I'm done. Grab me something to drink, and then I'll dig in. This is my favorite soda, root beer. A&W, cannot go wrong. I'm gonna need paper towels. All right, let's see. I got a little bit of a delay, so I don't know if you can see. If I can see. Grab me a cornbread. I don't think you can see my face. Let me bring it up a little bit. Y'all, this is my mukbang. Let's see. Alrighty, thanks you guys. Oh, I forgot my fork. And I didn't get me a piece of lobster. Let me get that. I'm gonna try the cornbread first. That's good. Try this potato. I'm feeling this sauce. Everything's so tender. Oh, this is the lobster tail here. It's so tender. You can tell it was slow cooked. Y'all, I'm not even playing. I promise you. I just had crab a week and a half ago. I'm not gonna tell you the name of the company, but it's a company here in St. Louis. They got a couple locations, and they sell crab legs in a bag. That's what they're known for. I'll leave the name of the company to your imagination, and mine tastes better. I'm not even joking. I'm not joking. I'm not just saying it because it's mine. I'm about to start a restaurant. I'm about to get it cracking. I usually bake my crab legs, but since I was doing a boil, I just put everything in there. This is my favorite part of the crab here, is the claw. Break this mug open. Look at all that crab meat. I want some of this sauce on it. All right, I put my foot in it. I ain't even lying. I put my foot in this. Look, y'all. I'm about to sit here and eat because I can't eat with y'all right here. I'll show y'all the presentation. Oh, here goes some lobster. This sauce is good. I'm starting to be smacking. All the flavor in the corn. I guess I'm gonna move their stuff so I'll eat on it. Okay, I gotta go. Look, thank y'all for joining. Normally, if I do another video, I promise you, it's either gonna be pre-recorded or it's not gonna take this long. I'll do my food prep beforehand. This is the new year. I wanted to try a new thing. I'm glad I did it because I was like, I'm a worry wart. So I'm worried about my kitchen being too small, worried about if my hair is down or not or up. Too many things. This is a new year, a new me, and I'm going to do exactly what I know what God told me to do. And until then, I see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, you can inbox me, whatever. Just let me know how I did. I'm really interested in your feedback. And my mouth got so many flavors going. I keep licking my lips because it's like flavors hitting both sides of my mouth and my tongue. When I tell you this food is good, it's not salty. It's not just throwing a bunch of seasoning in here. It tastes like it was slow cooked and done on purpose. Like, this food is that good. Like, I keep saying it and not doing nothing about it. Faith without works is dead. I'll leave you with that. And thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off and I'll take pictures and post them. Let me see if you have any questions now. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Well, thanks for hanging there with me with this 4-hour meal. It was worth it. Bye.